Good morning, students, and once again welcome to our online Python classes. We are discussing the chapter data structure in Python, and we have already discussed what is a list. We have already learned it in class 11th, and in our previous class also we have discussed the basics. We have revised the basics of list. In our today's class we will be learning what is a stack, how to implement a stack, what is the basic properties of stack, like what is push operation, what is pop operation, what is overflow, what is underflow, and also we'll be implementing push and pop operations with the help of a step-by-step Python programming. So I hope this video will be helpful to you. Please watch this video, and after watching this video, if you have any doubt, please get back to us with your doubts. All of your queries, doubts will be solved and answered. Thank you very much for watching. So good morning, students. In our previous class, we have discussed what is data structure, and also we have done some revision on list with the help of our Python program. And today we will be learning a new type of data structure, that is stack. So what is stack? In the image of left hand side that is being shared with your screen, as you can see, we have a list of books kept in a table. So this is a stack. So when you are keeping list of books in a table, this is basically you are keeping things in a one-way list, because the table end where you have kept the books, that's the close end, and the upper end from where you are keeping the book, placing the book and removing the book, that's the open end. So this is basically what a stack is. Let's see this. We are having, this is the close end as is being shown here. We are having list of books kept in a table. First we are having history books, then music, then physics, then calculus, and then Python. So this is the example of a stack. Stack is a one-way list where one way is closed, as it is being shown by this red arrow, and the green arrow is the open end. Here insertion and deletion can take place. So what is list? What is stack? Stack is a one-way data structure where insertion of elements and deletion of elements takes place from one end only. So that one end is the open end. So it is also called LIFO or FILO. What is LIFO? LIFO stands for last in, first out. As you can see, in this structure, which book was kept first in the table? It is history. Then music, then physics, then calculus, then Python. But when you are removing the book, first you need to remove Python book, then calculus, then physics, then music, and then history, because it's a one-way list. So it's last in, first out. Last inserted element will be removed first, and first inserted element will be removed at the last. So this is what LIFO or FILO is. A stack is a LIFO data structure. Now we'll see this diagram here. First it is written, insertion of an element in a stack is called push. So when you are inserting an element in a stack, it is called push operation. Similarly, deletion of an element from a stack or removal of an element from a stack is called pop. So when we are inserting element, it is push. When we are removing element, it is pop. Now always one thing you need to remember, in case of pop, last inserted element will be popped, and in case of push operation, element will be added at the end. Like initially the stack was empty. If we just see the diagram, initially the stack is empty, then 1 is inserted, then with the help of push in the first picture 2 is inserted, then 3, then 4, then 5, and then 6. These elements are being inserted with the help of push operation, but while removing, first 6 is being removed, then 5 is being removed, then 4 is being removed, then 3, and then 2. So always elements are added at the end, and always elements are removed from the end only. That means last inserted element are being removed. Now two conditions are there, overflow and underflow. When a stack is full or queue is full, only if the stack or queue is having limited capacity. Otherwise, we know we are accessing a free memory pool, so we do not need to think of overflow situation in Python. when if the stack is having some fixed capacity that only 4 elements can be stored, then after storing the fourth element, if you want to store more element after storing the fourth element, when the stack is already full, if you want to store more element, this situation is called overflow situation. And what is underflow situation? If the stack is already empty but we still want to remove element from it, then it is called underflow situation. Now in Python, stack and queue, we are discussing about stack. Stack is being implemented by list, because always stack is a one-way data structure. So whenever elements are being inserted in stack, elements are being added at the end. So if we implement append function in list, elements are added at the end. So we'll be implementing append function for implementing push operation. We'll be using append function. Similarly, the last inserted element will be popped always. So we'll be using pop function here in a list. One more thing is there, that is the top of the stack. What is top of the stack? Top of the stack is basically when you are inserting element in a stack, then the elements are being inserted in this way. See the diagram here. So initially when the stack was empty, then 5, 4, 3, 2 has been added. What is top? Top is the position of last inserted element. That means initially when the stack is empty, top is 0 or top is -1. Then when we are inserting one element, top is 1. When we are inserting the second element, top is 2. If we remove the second inserted element, again top is becoming 1. So what is top? Top is the position of last inserted element in a stack. Now we'll be implementing stack with the help of Python programming. We know in a stack the elements are being added at the end and also being removed from the end only. Last inserted element are being removed. So let's take help of a Python program. So first let's take stack. Stack is a list. So we are taking 10, 20 in the list. Then we are defining a function push. Push is a function which is taking the list and also it is taking the element that you want to insert in the stack. So here we have already discussed function chapter, so you know how to pass parameters in a function. So like this we are passing stack and element, these two functions in this stack. And then what we will do, we'll just simply add the function, add the parameter with the help of append function at the end of the stack. So we'll just do append element here. Append element here we are doing, and we are just printing after insertion or after push, the stack is, we'll just print the value. Okay. So this is how push functions are written here. Similarly, we'll write pop function. Pop function, no new element will be inserted. So we are just using stack. First, we need to check if there is underflow or not. So we are just checking if stack equals to only empty square bracket. That means empty square bracket shows there is no element in the stack. So if there is no element, we'll just print underflow or we'll just print stack empty. So we are just printing stack empty here. Else what we'll do, we'll just remove the last inserted element. The last inserted element is will be removed. So we'll just write stack dot pop, and within bracket first bracket of this pop function will not pass any parameters. Then by default it will remove the last inserted element. So we have already created push function and pop function. Now we'll just write the main function. So here I am using a infinite loop with a choice. We are asking for it, int input, enter 1 for push, 2 for pop, 3 for exit. Okay, so after that we are just checking if ch equals to 1, we have to take the element from user. So we are taking a variable le equals to int input, not necessarily it has to be integer. For this particular program we are taking it integer. Enter the variable you want to push, and then we'll be calling push function. We are just calling push function, and we are just giving it here push stack and le. Here one thing we have missed in pop function. Let's print after pop the stack is stack. Okay, so we are just giving it like this. Then elif condition, elif ch equals to 2. If we are opting for pop, then what will happen? We'll just call the pop function with stack, and then elif ch equals to 3. We'll just use break just to break it, and else if you are giving anything other than 1 2 3 4, it will just print wrong choice. So let's run this program. Enter 1 for push, 2 for pop, 3 for exit. We are already having two values 10 and 20 as you can see in the stack. So we are giving 1 into the variable you want to push, you are giving 25. So as you can see, after push the stack is 10 20 25. So 25 have been added at the end of the stack. So it is again asking 1 for push, 2 for pop, 3 for exit. Let's give 2 this time. So see, after pop the stack is 10 20. The last inserted element 25 has been removed. So it's again asking give pop. So the element is 10 now, 20 is also removed. Again 2, the stack is empty, again 2. Now it is showing underflow condition, the stack empty. Enter 1 for push, 2 for pop, 3 for exit. We are just breaking it. We are giving 3 and it is just closing here. So this is the program of implementing stack. Just to implementing push operation, we are using normal append function, because append will add the element at the end. And for implementing pop operation, we are using here pop, and within bracket we are not providing anything, we are checking underflow. We can use del operation in queue in a list for implementing pop also. So that would be another example. So this is how stack can be implemented with the help of Python program. And there is another thing, why we need stack, what is the use of stack. So there are few uses. Expression evaluation, normally we use infix operation, infix expression, but in computer it is used in postfix form. So for converting infix to postfix, stack is used. For evaluating postfix expression, stack is used. And the last one is function call. Stack is used to keep information about the active function or subroutine. When we are using subroutine or sub functions inside a function, the function calling statement, it is basically the LIFO, that is last in first out. So these are the use of stack in computer science. So this is how stack programs can be implemented with the help of Python program. I hope this class is helpful. If you have any doubt, please let us know the doubts. All of your doubts will be solved, and in our next class we'll be discussing queue. So thank you very much for watching.